When a bad guy comes to your site and begins to edit, delete, or even change specific files, then you want to be the first to know about this. Now, there really is no way of knowing this unless you have a piece of software that will monitor your WordPress site. And after looking at many different plugins, we found that the best one is the following, called FileMonitor Plus. Right now I'm at my WordPress dashboard, and if you go to plugins and click on add new, and you do a search for FileMonitor Plus, search plugins, and this is the program here. It's got a lot of great ratings, and it monitors your files and alerts you when that happens. If you click on install now and OK, and of course click on activate, there we go. Now you can edit the settings for this specific WordPress plugin by going to Settings and WordPress FileMonitor Plus. Now, as you can see here, you don't have to do a whole lot. The cron method is basically WordPress cron or your server-side cron. If you're not familiar with cron jobs, basically they're just automated programs that will tell your website to check for certain things either daily, hourly, twice daily, and so forth. Now, what I advise you to do is just do the default settings. With WordPress cron, you could do daily, twice daily, or hourly. Keep in mind though, if you do hourly, it could actually increase the amount of memory that your web host and server will be using. So if you don't really have a super fast server, then doing it hourly or even twice daily could have an effect on performance. Notify by email, yes, I definitely would recommend that. You want to enter your email address here and the same email address here. The notify email address is basically where you want to be notified, and the from email address will just come from you anyways. You can do admin alert, yes or no. We'll just click on yes. File check method will check the file size changes, date modified, and file hash. Now keep in mind that when you set this up, if you make changes, you're going to be notified for all the changes that you make. So just keep that in mind. And of course, file check root, basically your folder where your WordPress files are located. And this will usually be automated. Directory and files to ignore. If you have, for example, files or folders in there that you don't want to be monitored, I don't see why not. I would just do that. But if you know there's an area that you've password protected and you don't really want to be monitored, then you'll want to put that here. There's also a feature that scans file extensions. So you can disable it, you can exclude files that have the extension listed below, or only scan files that have an extension listed below. So for example, if you only want to scan PHP files and HTML files, then you can do that. And then of course, when you put the file name, you put like a line, a straight up line between the 3-letter extension. And of course you can put more like zip files, PDF files, and things like that. But in this case, I'm going to disable it because I want all of my files to be monitored. Once you're done with that, click on Save Changes. And there we go. And I want to make a note that even if you do hourly or twice daily or daily, you can always set it to manual as well and do a manual scan if you happen to be in the site itself and you're wondering, okay, is there something wrong? Is something kind of sketchy? Something just happened? You can set it to manual and click on Save Changes and do a manual scan That way you don't have to wait for the cron job for the hourly or twice daily or whatever you set it as. So just keep that in mind. And that's all you have to do. So from this point on, any types of deletions, additions, or changes that are made, you'll be notified.